Welcome to part 3 in this 4-part series on creating and launching a product on Etsy. If you haven't seen part 1 and part 2 yet, go check them out. To me, those parts are probably the most important parts in this whole process. But if you want to watch the whole process start to finish in one video, stay tuned for that longer video that will be coming up. But let's get to this part of the process, which is about prototyping and setting up the Etsy listing. The next step after validation is to start prototyping and kind of do the first round of product making. So I'm going to clip in some sped up clips of me working on the resin, or just prototyping basically. So filling up and making the resin gummy bears, and then after kind of get into a charm for a necklace, while I just talk about what I mean in this stage of making the product. So prototyping, this is just kind of it's almost like another step in validation. It's just making sure you, one, know how to make it and just kind of see how feasible it is. So what I like to do is, in this step, this isn't necessarily where you buy the supplies yet. This is going to be a super quick, soon thing to do where you just get easy to get supplies. So basically go to Michael's and see if you can make this. So this is where you did your research and you found the best supplies for the best price, but this is kind of where you go to Michael's, you buy things that are kind of expensive, but they're just easy to get. And so what I did was I went to Michael's and I bought like the resin, the dyes, the necklace chains, and a couple other things just to kind of get started. Obviously, I bought the gummy bear mold, and then I had some other supplies around my apartment just from other hobbies that I could use. But this is basically just making the first go round and seeing how to do it and seeing if you can do it. Basically what I say is, see if it's realistic. Does it take a lot of steps? Do you actually know how to do it? Are you able to do it? Do you have the skill set to do it and to continue to do it? So yeah, I find this step really important. Also, do you enjoy making it? Is this a really long process that at the end of the day isn't very enjoyable? I find this as kind of like the putting into real life, the validation part of it. So also, another part of this is, how long does it take you to make? This is really important when it comes to pricing your items, because you want to factor in the labor cost, how long it takes you to make. It's really important that you're not paying yourself. You need to put in to your pricing how long it takes you to make it. So you need to be paying yourself. So is it easy to make? Does it take really long to make? If it takes long to make, you need to price your item higher. If it doesn't, then you can price it accordingly. So that's one of the main parts of prototyping in this kind of first round. And so I wanted to show you. So this is basically what I did. I was trying to figure out how to make the gummy bear charm. I didn't have the hand drill, but I had my own drill with something to like cut a hole in, but the hole was too big, whatever. But I basically found that like I could make it, it's feasible. I made a small chain. I found out that the D-ring connectors was a good size for the chain that I liked, and it looks really good. Basically, it was just proving to me that I could do it, how long it would take. Yeah, so in particular for me, the resin, for the mold that I have, I can make, 8? I can make 8 gummy bears at one time, but it kind of took overnight to do it. I do have like a grow lamp that I had for plants, and it is UV rays, so I think that helps with the curing. But I've seen a lot of places where it says you kind of have to leave it overnight, and so that feeds into how long it takes to make. And then actually making it didn't take that long, and it was fairly easy to do. So that's just some things that you're working out in this phase to make sure you get all the information that you have. And that's basically the prototyping / first round, making things. And let's get to the next step. Okay, next step in the process is setting up the Etsy listing. We're not going to upload it yet. We're not going to publish it yet. This is just setting it up, saving it as a draft, just so that we can kind of get things planned out. This is kind of like the Etsy planning section of product production. So we just made the prototype. Here it is. And now we're going to go to Etsy. So first step, I just clicked add listing. So what is it? Again, this is just showing an example of what I'm making. Obviously, you're going to have something maybe different, but let's just say this is my listing. So physical item, who made it? I did. Make sure that if it's like a print-on-demand product or someone helped you, that you give the credit to whoever made it. So a member of your shop made it or another company. So if you made POD, then another company did it. And it's a finished product. So you can do finished products or you can do supplies. So if maybe I wanted to do just the chain or the charm and not the actual necklace, then I would do a supply. So that's one thing to do with Etsy. So when was it made? I'm going to just say it's made to order. And then this is where like print on demand, you can make a production partner there. So I'll just click continue. And so this is going to be a basic Etsy listing. I like to just have my drafts ready to go because it's a lot of effort to make the listing in my brain. So I'll just I like to just put things that need to go in right now just to get this up and ready. So I'll just put gummy bear necklace. We'll get back to the title later. And then same thing with the photos. So I just like a placeholder image because you have to have an image when you're making the listing. So it's just something that says gummy bear necklace so that I can see it. And then the description, same thing. We'll get to that in 1 second. Add personalization. So this is when if you can make yours custom or not. I'm going to say choose your color and then I'll give the options. So we can do one thing to note is so that someone doesn't make or like write too much on there. What I'll do is I'll count what the biggest word of like the options it is. And so it's basically 6 words. So 6 characters is the largest option. So I'll just give it a limit of 10 characters so that they can't write like a lot of words on there. I just want the color that they are choosing. And then again, we're just doing basic stuff. So let's just say 10 quantity, put 30 and add a SKU. I like to do this. I'm not sure exactly why, but sometimes it helps because that's like a quick little thing you can do. So I'll just put gummy bear necklace 01. Oh, 01. So we can just do that. And then, so now we add the category. So go specific. So charm necklace. So this is when I put gummy bear necklace. That's exactly what my product is. And then we choose between what they are. So the more I can give them, I'm gonna say either charm or pendant necklace. Currently right now, I think this is a pendant necklace. So I'll choose that, but maybe when I do that charm style necklace, I'll choose charm necklace. And then depending on the category you choose, it'll have different attributes. So materials, yeah, you can choose more than one. Okay, so that's where I have to know what the material is. So it's kind of, it says brass, but so I'll put brass. Nickel free, so we'll put that. And then I think it's probably like stainless steel, but there's nothing that says like for the resin, nothing says resin on here. Well, I guess it's plastic, so I'll put that. So make sure you put all the materials that make sense for your product. You don't want to put anything that doesn't match. Let me go to the Amazon listing where my I would purchase the actual necklaces and see what materials it's made out of. Oh, silver nickel plated. I don't want nickel, so I'll have to change that. But basically that's kind of where you would get that information. Just make sure it's accurate and you don't include anything that's not accurate. Gemstones, I don't have any gemstones. Primary color, well, it's silver. And then secondary color, there's multiple, so I'm not gonna, yeah, so that's if you wanna have variation. But since I'll just put rainbow. And then pendant width, so measure it. I'll do inches just because that's where we're at, and it's about 1/2 inch wide. And then I want to show all attributes. You want to fill in all the attributes that you can, but if you don't have an attribute or it doesn't apply to you, then don't add it in. Okay, and we're gonna continue on. So pendant height, measure the gummy bear. It's about 1 inch. All right, so I just finished with the attributes, and you can see that I didn't put all of, like, I didn't choose a holiday, I didn't choose a style or cut type or setting because those don't apply to this product, and it's not good if it doesn't apply to your product, don't put it on. It's not gonna help it, it's gonna hurt it if anything. I did put it as like an occasion for birthday because I think it could make a really good birthday gift. And then recipients, it applies to like everybody, but it only let me choose 5 out of the 6. And then theme, food and drinks, it's a gummy bear. I did say the shape was an animal because it's a bear, but it's a food or drink theme, which makes sense to me. So then we'll add all the tags a little bit later. Material, we just had the material up there, but we can add more. So plastic, stainless steel. So this is where I'll put resin, dye, silver, stainless steel, put rhodium because that's what the color says, and then I'll also put nickel free. And I'll make sure to change the product that I have linked on Amazon to nickel free so that I do that, because I know nickel, I believe, is the material that turns green, and I don't want that to happen. So I also would want to find a rust free option too. I could put 7. Again, make sure you're putting the actual materials on here. I'm gonna also put the type. It's a ball chain. Shipping, I made a shipping profile before, so what it is, it's just free domestic shipping. Item weight, so on my Notion thing, that's another one, so I'm just gonna put, we'll figure that out later. Yeah, so that's kind of all the necessaries right now. I'm gonna write down all the things that I need to work on. All right, now we're just gonna save draft. And now it's in our drafts. There, you can see it. And so the next step is let's go and make the description. So I like to use ChatGPT to help me write descriptions. So we'll head over there. And now I know there's a lot of debate whether using AI or like ChatGPT is ethical or not. I find this is the description. I think it's okay as long as you change it and make it your own. I'm not going to just copy and paste into it. I will change it up a bit. So we'll add a new chat. So far I have write an Etsy product description for gummy bear necklace. The gummy bear will be made out of resin and will look just like a real gummy bear. Include a part that says do not eat the gummy bear. The customer can choose what color the gummy bear can be: red, pink, yellow, purple, blue, green, and orange. The necklace is made of nickel-free 22 or 2 millimeter ball chain. They can choose the chain length: 14 inches, 16 inches, 18 inches, 20 inches, and 22 inches. Now I'm going to go back to Notion and grab the keywords that I have, and I'm going to ask ChatGPT to include the following keywords. So, gummy bear necklace, Now I'm going to choose kind of the rest of these ones. I'll just delete the ones that don't make sense currently. And then I'll press enter. So let's read it, what it says. So welcome to our wonderful world of sweetness. Indulge your playful side with our irresistible gummy bear necklace, a delectable treat for the eyes, crafted meticulously from resin. Each charming gummy bear pendant is a delightful replica of the real thing, right down to the sugary sweet details. Please do not eat the gummy bear. Choose from a rainbow of colors, including vibrant red, pretty pink, sunny yellow, dreamy purple, cool blue, fresh green, and zesty orange to match your mood or style. Whether you're embracing your inner kawaii, channeling Y2K vibes, or adding a quirky touch of your alt jewelry collection, this necklace is sure to make a statement. The nickel-free 2mm ball chain adds a touch of simplicity and durability, ensuring your necklace stays looking fabulous through all your adventures. And with a customizable chain length ranging from 14 inches to 22 inches, you can find the perfect fit for your necklace or layer it up with other favorite pieces. This chunky charm necklace is just for looks. It's a conversation starter, a nod to fake food, fashion, and must-have accessories for any rave or Y2K-inspired ensemble. It's the ultimate gift for teens and teenage girls who love to express their individuality and creativity. Treat yourself or surprise a friend with the miniature food masterpiece, because who wouldn't love a teddy bear necklace that's cute enough to eat, but please don't. Embrace the nostalgia, celebrate the aesthetic, and sprinkle some sweetness to your wardrobe with our gummy bear necklace today. That is really good. So I'm going to copy and paste it, and I'm going to put it into the description. Now I'm just copying and pasting it, but I'm going to go in and change some things up. So again, I think it's okay to use the AI generated stuff if you change some things up. So let's just do that. Okay, so just did the description. It was really helpful. And then next, let's move on to the title. So we're going back to, actually, let's go to the tags next, because that will help us with the title. We'll just go back to Notion right now. Notion is where we keep all the different parts of our product. So we had the kind of the validation step, keywords, some ideas, and then the details down below with the supplies and the cost breakdown, and then listing price. So that was one of the things I didn't include, or I wasn't 100% sure of. So now that I realized that this ball chain isn't nickel free, I gotta look up a new one. So I need to beat the 21 cents per necklace. 24 inches is max, so 2 feet for one necklace. So let's do that. So one necklace is 2 feet. So we keep all of that in mind. So I found the chain that I want, but it does add a little bit to it. So that changes our profit to 77.5, which is fine. Still, price is the same. And we went over a lot of this yesterday, yesterday for me, but whenever you're watching this, before. Competition, item details and weight. So it's gonna be so little, but when it's asking, so I'm thinking of putting it in a cellophane bag, which I have quite a bit of, and with a card. So basically it's a cello bag, and so I gotta go back all over all of it again, just because I remembered that I wanted to use kind of, it's jewelry, so I feel like in the cello bag, it shouldn't be in a cello bag, it should be like in a small fabric bag. So I bought a couple at Michael's. I'll have to change all of this. Anyways, I'll figure that out later. It's still probably gonna be $10 for all of that. And so yeah, so I have to get this bag and figure out, so the bags, that was $9.50. Cost per item was $9. Okay, so why that's important is to know the bags that I want to get. So they're 4x6, and then so that's basically the 4-1, and then the weight, it's probably gonna, let's just say 2 ounces to be safe. An envelope, basically I'm gonna send it in an envelope, and so my envelopes are 5x7, and they can only be, to get the envelope price, basically a stamp, it has to be less than 1 inch tall, and it has to be less than a pound. So let's just say 8 ounces. That's going to be way too heavy for what it is, but that's it. And then I know from experience that standard shipping is going to be 65 cents, which I had already calculated in the profit calculator, or when I did that. And then I thought of another picture to do, and that's going to be in the packaging. Well, on backing card, in the packaging, and then chain links. So that'd be good. So just showing the different variations. So this variation's colors. Yeah, okay. And then there's another place to put the description just to save it. So I could have like copy and pasted it into my Notion instead of copy and pasting it into the Etsy one, and then change around some stuff, but I'll just put it in there. All right, and then one of the last things we'll work on is, let's just look up some last minute tags. So I'm gonna do that real quick and see if I don't think I missed anything, but I'm just gonna go back in. I like to double check. I like to hit all my bases before launching. So I'll just do that. I didn't find that many tags, but I just wrote down below my tags the 13 keywords that I want to add. So I'm going to copy and paste it. To me, it's just easier to write the 13 keywords here because I can see all the ones that I have up top versus like going back and forth. So I just copy and paste into the Etsy listing. And as long as you have commas in between, then it adds all of them really quickly. So yeah, so got the tags, and that's kind of it for planning it all out. Just make sure that the rest of the information that we worked on so we did the tags, and so now we work on the title. So I'm just gonna do that right below again so that I don't have to keep going back and forth because I have all the tags that I just used. So first off, what is it? Gummy bear necklace, gift for teens. I'll do Y2K. We want to make it sure that it reads well for humans, not computers. So gummy bear necklace, gift for teens. I think that's good. Gummy bear. Y2K rave accessory. I'll do one more. Chunky charm necklace. So we could do 10 more characters because it's 140 characters limit, but I think that's good enough. So did the title. Photos will come later. We planned them out already, but they come a little bit later. And then the price. So we do have some room where basically 24 inches is where I kind of did the details on the profit. Let's do 18 as the $10 one, and then let's do 14 as $6, and we can go back to those competitors too. So it'll be at the low end, but I think that's still good. This will be, let's do 7, 50, 10, 12, 13. So we have the price, we have the tags. Let's just keep scrolling to make sure we fill up the rest of this listing so that it's kind of ready to go. We said that it could be 8 ounces, should be fine. And I think that's good. So I'll just save the draft. Now we're ready for the next step. We're almost at the finish line, everyone. This next part combines everything we just worked on. So at the end of the next video, we'll have launched the product already. So stay tuned and keep up with the good work.